All right, guys and girls, welcome to Watching with Styles. We are gonna cover three tonight, and I know I apologize for moving it up a night. Friday night is a good night since I start so late, but Friday night is a big night for my high school and my daughter in basketball. We facing our I don't know this crosstown rival, and girls and boys gonna play on the same night, and it's not at home. So I didn't want to potentially not make it on time. So I like, let's just do it tonight. And for the ones who are going to watch tomorrow, I apologize. But we are going to cover three. So in cover three, I should put the other zones too. But in cover three, it's simple. And it's probably, honestly, maybe back in the day, everybody ran cover three. Everybody. And the reason why is because in cover three, you can get another guy in the box. All right. So I'm going to just put these over here because maybe I should have done it and I didn't. But I'm going to do it now. I thought that was a mirror function. So cover three, there's three deep zones. 1, 2, 3. Now, the advantage is, depending on the strength of the formation, the safety comes down in the box. In a 4-3, the safety comes down in the box. Now, he can start where I had him at, or he can come down the box. So here's the advantage. Now, you're in a 4-3, you got eight men in the box. Excuse me. You got 4 down linemen, your 3 linebackers, and the safety. So you have 8 men in the box. Therefore, it was strong against the run. So first down, you can run cover 3 back in the day. Because now you have committed 8 men in the box, strong against the run. But the problem with it, if they pass the ball, these corners are typically going to play off because they are responsible. They are responsible for that third. That safety, that third. So they cannot get beat over the top at all. So the problem is you are going to give up the flats. And you have to be comfortable with it. You're just going to give up the flat. Now, as we have said, typically, if a safety is coming down, usually distance to the field, this linebacker is going to drop. And usually these two zones are really close to each other. All right? So, in cover 3, the problem is the flats. The strength is you got 8 men in the box, and you got the deep coverage. Oops. And nobody should be able to throw the ball deep. That's the foundation. So now here is typically the drops. The safety has curl to flat. Ooh, wow, that. The safety will have curl to flat. Linebacker have curl to flat, and it's curl to flat. They have curl first. What's up, Steven? My voice is better because my girl played on Tuesday. If you listen to the Larry Glover show on Wednesday, my voice was still a problem. It's still not 100%, but it's getting there. I'm going to lose it tomorrow night at the game. So it's just a revolving door until basketball's over. What's up, Ben? So curl to flat. Then we got hook and we got hook. So as I said, these flats are not covered. So all the time that you guys and girls see and you get pissed off that how are we able to give up just these flats, a lot of the time it's because we're in cover 3. That's just the weakness of the defense. The same way in cover 2, the weakness was the middle. It's basically where the strength is now. It was these hole shots, and I can't believe I caught it. I can't believe during the game I spelled hole shot with a W, HOLE. I know y'all caught it and was gracious enough not to spell it out. But now in cover 3, those are not weak spots. Now your weak spots are the flats. And that's just the nature of the beast. As a defense, you can't cover everything. So like in cover 2, you can have 5 men underneath. So you have 5 covering 6, which remember, if you're in the boundary, those 2 zones, that flat in that curl becomes 1. So you almost got 5 guys in 5 zones. You can say 5 guys in 5.5 zones. In cover 3, you only got 4 to cover 6 zones. So now 2 whole zones are unoccupied. When I mean unoccupied, there is no soul responsible for it. So if they want to throw, oh no, let's not go there. If they want to throw this, they got that all day, every day, twice on Sunday. There's nothing you can do as a defense because there's nobody responsible for that zone. I want people to understand that. So if you see, like, I think Michigan, I think the first snap was was cover 3, and they got that out route. As a coach, you don't complain. All you do is say, make the tackle for the minimum amount of yards possibly they can gain. And then we're happy because we are really playing for the run. To be honest with you, if you're playing cover 3, you're playing for the run. All right? I'm going to give I don't have no way to teach this, y'all. I'm just talking as I go. I'm going over. So that's cover 3. Now, the cover 3 beater is this. The easiest cover 3 beater is 4 verts. The reason why, if you play it not the way I was coaching, not the way I coach it, if these corners are outside, this safety is stretched with these 2 seam routes. Okay? So now he's playing pretty much more than a third. This guy's supposed to play 1/3 of the field. And 1/3 of the field. But if I'm outside, which is typical zone coverage concept, because you don't want to lose. If you come inside, if this corner is inside, he loses sight of the receiver. So receiver could run a comeback and he's going to lose him. So typically you want to be outside the receiver so you can look through the receiver to the quarterback. All right. Now the problem is when you do that and they run 4 verts, now you stretching the safety more than just 1/3 of the field. This guy can run away. Now your safety's got to run a long way. So hence the way to combat that. See, this time, y'all, I figured out that the geometry is going to stay. So what happens as a corner? If they run 4 verts and number 2 is vertical, we read number 2. If number 2 goes vertical, the corner's got to play in between 1 and 2. So now we get more of a true covering each other's third. So now if this is to the field and this is a long throw, you got to squeeze this even more because you know that you have enough time. You get an extra 10 yards, 5 to 10 yards to recover to get over the top. Now this corner, if he's into the boundary, can't deviate that far because it's such a tight throw. If he gets too far, that quarterback can fit it in there. So you got to kind of truly play in between 1 and 2. The safety should, in my opinion, lean a little bit more to the wide side of the field because this corner has a shorter distance to cover. That's in my opinion. But if you can just play in between, that's cool too. So that's simple cover 3. Now, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to show y'all some examples of while I play cover 2 live. Now, you can see right now, it's in the middle field, but it's kind of close to this boundary. You can see the safety come down. All right. So here is the thing I teach about a lot. And I play with this guy. And the weird thing about it, we had the same birthday, a year apart, exact same day. I knew he was aggressive on play action fake. All right. I'll show that later. All right. So his drop is curl to flat. He's going to work curl. Then he's going to work to flat. Flat typically is if the quarterback rolls out, or if he feels like this guy is clearing, he's clearing, he can kind of push because this guy's going to push that. So there's reasons how he can get to the flat. But so curl to flat. So this flat is wide open, right? This is about, they snap the ball on the 33. Let's just call it the 33. Completed. Now, you just come and make a hit. So if I remember, this guy cleared out. So again, as a corner, if he runs a corner route, I got to be in my deep third. So I got to definitely allow that to happen because I don't want the big play. But as a corner, if you come up and do this, that makes it all worth it. Just lay the wood. Now, does he want to do that again? Yeah. All right. So that's that. So now this is Florida. Now they roll, right? So now the safety should be to the flat. This is all strong safety. He should be to the flat quicker, right? Because of the rollout. Snap the ball on the, what's that? On the 35, he rolls. Another big hit. Just make them feel you. Make them feel you because the flats are not covered. You cannot do anything but do that. That's all I want people to understand. If you're playing cover 3, the flats are butt naked open. They can take that. If you're going to play cover 3 only, all the offense is going to do is just going to pepper hooks on you. Just stops. Bam, bam. And you can't do anything about it unless you start rolling coverage. We'll go over some stuff. You can manipulate your coverage to stop that. But if you're going to run true cover 3, you just got to give up the flats and you just got to come up and make a hit. That's just all. Simple as that. Now, this is cover 3 against Tennessee. Now, I'll show you from the other zone. From the end zone cut, I think it shows. No, they don't show the whole formation. So the formation is there is a single guy. He's the on receiver to this side of the field. The back goes away. The only threat to me is him. So even though it's cover 3 and the corner is responsible for a third deep, who else can get deep on me besides him? That's it. There's no one else. So the reason why I really play like this is because that linebacker, is it too big? This linebacker is supposed to be in a curl, but I knew with any action, he's coming up, and he's just coming up for no reason, right? he should be in this curl. But since I knew he wasn't going to be there, and this is what Peyton reads. He reads, oops, let me stop. He reads, safety coming down, cover 3. I got the backside hole shot. I got the backside curl all day, every day. And he just stopped, and you see how he just know it's open. He just turn and throws. He's supposed to be about right there. And since he wasn't, I knew he wouldn't, because I played with him enough that he's going to be aggressive. And so now, even though it's cover 3, see, this is a safety. He's in the deep middle. See how deep he is? Just look how much depth he has compared to me. He is almost 10 yards further back, because he's got other guys on this side of formation, maybe a post. He's got to play softer. There's nobody else in orange on this side besides offensive linemen. So for me, want young guys to understand, and I know coach is probably not going to coach you this way, but I'm letting you know that if there's no one else in your damn zone, don't just fucking cover grass. You just can't. This is not man-to-man. We very rarely play man. Look, guys, I'm trying to think right now. I'm 99.99% sure of the 8 picks I had in college, not one came in man. Not one. I know at a time I had PBUs, but not an interception in man. Because for me, what I like, if you watch this, Ben, I know. Ben, I can't. I'm speechless. You're right. If our corners played like this against Clemson, they wouldn't have scored at the end. Because this is my thought process on when I play corner. It's like, excuse me, the old saying, the ref, you can't swallow your you can't swallow your whistle at the end of the game. If you call in the first quarter, y'all call it at the end of the game. If I play like this in the first quarter, I'm playing like this in the fourth, unless it's fourth and whatever, and we up by 2. Like, there are situations where I'm gonna just let you do stuff, but on that 3rd and 18, even though Dunn didn't play it properly, Jordan Robinson also didn't help himself, because there's nobody else in that area that could threaten him. He was still backing up when the ball was in the air. So if you watch this, look where my eyes are. My eyes never leave the quarterback. Look at the angle of my face mask. He is out. I'm going to just say he's kind of irrelevant in all aspects. He's really irrelevant. The most important thing is the ball. So watch. I never look at him. I just feel him. Look at where my head never snaps to him. My head never looks at him. Think about that. My head never looks at him. I just feel him. I'm looking at the ball. From here, all the way, just look. I'm looking at the ball. That's the most important thing. That beautiful thing right there is the most important thing in football. So why am I concerned with him? Especially, here's the deal. Especially when, let me go to, I think it's the next. Especially when I got a guy, right here. If he goes here, I got help. The only help I don't have if he comes outside of me. So, teaching the coverage. I should have done this in cover 2 because so I'm outside of him. I am at minimum. I'm about 2 yards of width because these numbers are 2 yards wide. He's a little bit taking off a little bit of it. I'm taking out a little bit of it here. I'm about 2 yards outside of him. All right. So, Steven, the reason why my hips are open is because I'm lazy. To be honest with you, not because I'm lazy. Because honestly, this is not what I like a little bit. The only thing that I can say now, this is me critiquing myself. I would rather be in a back pedal because I can break. If you're square, I could have broke even better. I might have picked this and taken to the house if I'm square. Now, the only thing I did well is I kept my feet closer to the ground. See how I had that one hop, right? That foot, probably a little too high off the ground. But other than that, my feet are close to the ground. So now, when he breaks, boom, boom, I run the route with him. When he breaks, when his hips settle, boom, boom, my hips settle too. See that? I drop, he drop. Or he drop, I drop. How you want to say it? And now, I'm in such a good position that I could break around them. All right? And I can do that only because I had that safety in the middle. Right? So if I screwed up, I still had somebody to potentially help me out. Even though that would have been my problem. Because I was outside and he didn't run away from the safety. If he was going to run, he was going to run to the safety. See, but all those things, I mean, people, you have to think about that pre-snap. And I kind of knew what the play was going to be because I can't remember what down it was, but on that down and distance in that formation, they love to run backside curl. They love to run it. So that's that. So that's cover 3. Any questions before I go on? So now the best way to run cover 3 for me, as I showed in that clip. I showed in a clip one where I think it was Florida game. No, it's right here. So see how the safety is deep? He's not showing cover 3. See how he starts from about 12 probably and start to walk down? So we used to show a shell of cover 2. Because this is really our bread and butter. So we show shell of cover 2 and then walk down to cover 3. Hopefully he still reads cover 2 and not try to just do that all day to us. So you can, better when the ball was on a hash mark. Well, what you talking about, Steven? What you mean by better when the ball was on a hash mark? So when you disguise the coverage, they can't check into, because all you got to do is run, honestly, in cover 3, all you really got to do is run him deep and him on a hook. It's going to kill you every day because it's safe. This corner, oh boy. Good question. Better when the ball was on the hash mark. Which one is better? I would honestly say probably cover 3 is better. Here's the reason why. If this ball was on the hash and this safety comes down to the curl, that quarterback's got to almost throw it over his head to get to a flat route. Not quite, but he still sees him, right? Because he's going to drop to here. It scares you because he could potentially get into that window. So what happens, y'all, when, let me go, what a window is. Oh, man, what'd I do? So if he clears out, he runs here. He's going to come down. There is a window. There's a window with curtains, right? That if you can get in that window, he's not going to want to throw it. So cover 3 may be better just from a visual. Maybe. Cover 2, you just, maybe not. Maybe cover 2 is better because you just have, cover 2 is better against pass because you just have so many guys underneath, in theory. In theory, you have so many guys underneath. So, but it's a long throw, Steven, but it's without hesitation. Because when you see that corner, when you see the safety come up and a corner bail, and you got a hook, yeah, it's easy pickings. Now, the only problem is, like you said, it's a long throw, that receiver's going to get beat up. If the corner is reading the quarterback and gets a jump on the ball, he is going to get beat up. He's going to get hit hard because you should be able to arrive about the time the ball hits the receiver's hands if you get the jump on it. If you're just playing there, I would say this, y'all, since we're talking. Soft coverage is deemed by maybe the corner's eyes. If that corner has bad eyes and he has cover 3 and he's retreating and he doesn't see quarterback throw ball and he's still bagging up, that's soft because of him, not because of the coverage. I just showed you 2 hits from me. We're in cover 3. Ain't nothing soft about the coverage. It's just, you have to understand, we are giving up that. And they can just take it all day. We cannot cover that zone. Period. So, let's get into some variations. Run game fits. If you want to run game fits, this guy has contain. So, he has contain. He has the set of edge. This linebacker setting the edge. Then, whatever, you want your normal gaps, 4-3, whatever, 3-4, normal gaps. But this guy's now contained. Backside linebackers usually contain unless you run a twist or some a game and you can switch responsibilities. Or you can have him spill it. Or you can have this guy, for example, like if they pull, he can spill, and then this linebacker has contain. There's so many things you can do. But simplistic wise, this guy has contain, this guy has contain. All right. So things you can do. We'll go cover 4 next week. If you can line up in a cover 4 shell or a cover 2, they don't know what's coming. All right. You can run. So in theory, right? Let me just label him strong safety. Oop. Why is that lettering bigger, y'all? Let's label him strong safety. So now we just know where he is and he has contain. All right, or he has curl flat. So this strong safety has curl flat, right? You can do stuff like you can roll the coverage. You can roll, what do we call it? I think we used to call it green cloud. So you can roll it where, remember how we given up the flats? So what you can do is say you can see cover 3. Maybe in this situation, what you do is bring this safety down, kind of show it. What you do is now on the snap of the ball, he has that third, he has that third, he has that third, and now we are rolling to the flats. Now the flat is not a weakness. So if someone's killing you with this little hook route, he fakes and he comes down. We're gonna roll the coverage over top of him. So the safety is gonna have that third free safety, that third corner, that third. You can do that. You can also just give up all zones. And you can rush him. He go deep, he go deep, he go deep, and that linebacker's got curl to flat. You're gonna give up the hook. He's probably gonna play middle. He's got curl to flat. This is usually for, if I'm calling the game, now y'all, I've never been a defensive coordinator. If I'm calling it distance into the boundary, that's now we are real close to that quarterback. And remember, these two zones are really close. So you can do that. We've also seen where if you know they're gonna do that to you with the flat route, you can steal stuff by either way you want to do it, especially in this 3-4. If this guy's back, you can just buzz him to the flat now. He's got curl. Right? Then you can blitz him. Now he's got curl to flat. And he's got hook. You can do that. He's got third. He's got third. He's got third. The problem is, y'all, you still only have 4 guys to take care of 6 responsibilities. And that's a problem in the pass game. All right. Other things you can do in this coverage is a lot of times teams will run high-low on you. All right, so there's a little bit of void here because you're linebackers. So what you do for that sometimes is you rob this strong safety. Instead of him coming to curl, he comes and robs. He sits in the middle. He takes curl flat. He takes hook. He's coming. He takes curl flat. Still got deep third. But now we're robbing the middle, like Mississippi State likes to run mesh routes, or like I just showed that high-low with the dig post. You have him rob. Other thing you can do, as coverage-wise, is when teams can scheme your strong safety, and they know they got a linebacker backside curl flat, this guy is typically not going to be that good in coverage. So what you can do, and they're just going to manipulate him. They can, what would be a good route? They can hit him with here and here. And he gets mesmerized by this crosser and forget about the curl. So what you can do is rotate it weak, have him go to the third, and have your free safety play curl to flat. A much better guy in zone, much better eye discipline guy should be, hopefully. So then he can steal this backside curl if they like to run it. Better than this guy can. So if you run the 3-4 like us, I'm making this stuff up on the go. Maybe you can bring him. Quarterback sees this guy coming. No, don't think there's a curl flat. If it is, this guy's inside, got to get to the curl. He's not going to get there. And you fool him with bringing this safety down. And now you just rotate. You can do that. You can play 3 claw to the weak side like we showed earlier. Let me see. Let me, just for this one, let me. So we know free safety. So what we can do is, if they like going to the weak side, to the boundary, you can just rotate. You can roll him down, rotate over the top. All right? You can do that. So now, you can also rob with the free safety. So if they are running it that dig route that way, what you can do is you can rotate here and let him steal that robber. Boom, boom, rush him, curl flat. What's up, AJ? AJ, you know defense, man. Don't do that. So those are options, right? Again, the problem with cover 3, and you can rob all day. This robber, is really good against a team who likes to run mesh routes, dig routes. You're right, AJ. You're right. This is good for teams like that likes to run those dig routes. Because what happens is there's a void, right? Let's say we just run it normal. Let's say this guy comes, this safety rolls down, this safety goes here, and this corner goes here, this corner goes here. If they run post, he runs into the safety, right? So now just look at that big old void that's created right in there. That's a big void in there, right? That's huge. There's nobody there because these linebackers typically, you've seen them, are not going to get enough depth. He's got curl to flat. They're just not going to get enough depth. So how you combat it, let me change this. Same color as the other one, let's make it blue. So how you combat it is, you bring, instead of having that safety, roll to the flat, you have him rob that. And that's how you get one. Because a quarterback will not see him. Especially if he disguises it right. Then roll over. If your corner can yell post, if you got that kind of communication, once he hears this guy yell post, he should start screaming across because they're gonna run a dig. This is just basic route concepts. And this is something, y'all, that as a defensive back, you gotta know basic route concepts. You just have to. And I'm gonna just show you like 2 or 3 basic ones. All right, this is just you. If you play any offense, that's classic. They reading one guy. Let's say this linebacker, he got curl flat. He goes to the. Why I did that to me? They reading him. If he stays in the curl, they're going to throw that. Because his corner is there and there. Right? If he, for some reason, reads a quarterback and want to buzz a flat, they're going to throw that. Real simple football. That is basic of basic. And you got in this coverage, the 4 verts. You got to know, as a corner, in cover 3, what's my problem? I got to get inside of 1 so I can help my free safety on these 2. They don't want to throw these, y'all. They might want to throw this one if it's to the boundary. No, that's to the field. They don't want to throw that one. That's a strong save. They would possibly throw that as a shorter throw. They definitely want these, though. If me as a quarterback, I can show my eyes pointed here, and he goes there, I'm coming here. So, let me erase. Again, this is why corners are so important if you play with good eyes, right? If you know your quarterback, and you got to not only pay attention to these guys in your film study and their routes and their tendencies, this guy is your number 1. So if you know in cover 3 and you read 4 verts, and that MFer looks over here, you know damn well he ain't throwing there. You know he's coming to this one. And that is a perfect chance for you to steal one. Perfect chance for you to steal one. Because he's going to look. The free safety's going to probably lean over there, and he's going to come right back and throw it right now. Pick City. If you run it right. It's Pick City, y'all. This is a pick. All day, every day. If you look, shit, do I have it? Let me pull it up, y'all. Since I think I got it. I know I got it. Yeah, if you look at the Mississippi State pick in the game, let me try to find it off. It is that the quarterback half rolls, and I get a chance to pick it because he doesn't see me. He sees the safety. All he's doing is reading the safety, and when he's reading the safety, he loses sight of the other corner, which was me. So easy pickings. I can't find it, y'all. Y'all know what it is. If you look at the my intro, it's there. I'm the backside corner. I dive in end zone. Don't know if I really picked it, y'all, to be honest with you. Be honest. I've always talked about that, but I sold it because that ball came on my hip. I'm not sure if my hands got all the way under, but you had 2 refs there, and they called a pick, so I called a pick. So we're going to go. We got into most of this. We're going to run cover 3 against real life football. All right. So Washington comes out in 11 personnel. That's a tight end, a back. That's 11 with 3 receivers. All right. This is a strong side. So in essence, this safety has curl the flat, hook, curl the flat. He should roll in a deep third. He should have deep third. That's how it should. I don't know what coverage Michigan's going to run right now, y'all. And this guy has deep third, right? That's what how it should be ran. This guy's outside good. Look how far he is off, y'all. I don't want to talk about that no more. So they down roll into looks like a little bit of cover 3. Right? He's deep middle. He's got deep. And here's the thing, y'all. Cover 3 don't mean you got to be way back here. It doesn't. All it means is you got to be over the top of him. You ain't got to be 15 yards away from him. Especially in college when I can jam him right now if the ball's not in the air. So he's in cover 3. So I'm going to go at the top. For me, even with a guy who's widening, I'm going to stay here. I know he's not looking there, y'all, so I'm just saying in the theory of the defense. He should stay here and make him throw it there. Protect this. Because that is a 10-yard, 12-yard, 15-yard route, right? See all that window open? Because he's worried about getting outflanked by that running back. Who gives a fuck about that running back? He's 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Protect this. Protect that. That throw, okay? That's on that side. Free safety gets middle. Corners over the top of his number 1. Didn't they motion somebody over? Or they fake the jet sweep. Tight end block. So it's really a 2-man route. So what happened is these linebackers bit too much. And remember I was saying that dig route, how you can rob? Look how much space is here. Right? That's the problem. This corner, this is what people don't understand. This corner is not wrong. He's got to stay over. He cannot get beat for a touchdown. So he's got to make sure. But look at this guy. He needs to be in here. So now that's easy to layer a ball over the top. Because he's 3 yards from the line of scrimmage. This guy's 6. This guy's 4. That's poor underneath zone coverage. That makes that pass easier. See that? That's not on the corner, y'all. And this is what I know. And the thing about football in the secondary, people want to blame the guy who's closest to the ball. It ain't always on him. This corner played this pretty well. Ball's in the air. He's stopping. He's trying to go forward. Good ball. You're going to give that up if you ain't got no help underneath. Make them throw that, y'all. I want y'all to understand that. Think about this, right? Let's say, and I know they faked the jet sweep. Let's say these linebackers got to 8 yards deep, right? Say they got 8 yards deep, right? He's 5 yards. So if you're 3 yards further than him, if you read the ball thrown to him, you should hit him right about 2-3 yards from the line of scrimmage. You ain't gotta hug him. You don't have to hug him. This is the problem. That's a first down throw. It's a fucking first down throw. Make him throw it here. All day, every day. You got sucked up and you gave up a 15-yard throw. 15-yard throw that puts them on the 50 now. They should be probably on what? Somewhere in here. Maybe here. It doesn't seem like a lot. But y'all, if he catches on the 40, Washington has to go one more first down to get to the 50. That's 10 more yards they have to go. Anything can happen. They can false start. They can have a holding call. They can have a fumble snap. When you minimize the amount of yards they have to continue marching down the field, you just made it harder on your defense. You made it harder on yourself as a defense. Make them throw it underneath and make them keep snapping the fucking ball. Now you just gave them a first down. In essence, you gave them 2 first downs. Name of the game is make these guys mess up. Now I know for us in that Clemson game, we had plenty of 3rd and longs. As a defensive coordinator, it's easier making calls on 3rd and 18, 3rd and 14 than it is on 3rd and 5. Now, your players have to execute, but it's still, you know they have to pass it. Make them pass it underneath. The thing is, you have to make them pass, throw the 5-yard route, and make a tackle. Now, sometimes, hopefully not often, these guys are on scholarship too. And they make a couple guys miss, and they somehow get a first down. That shit happens. But make them have to fight and run and all around here to get a first down. Don't let them just throw a damn 16-yard throw. Make them work for it. All right, so now, excuse me. I don't know if this is a tight end, but I'm going to just call it 11 personnel, 1 back, 1 tight end. Y'all, if y'all haven't watched with style enough, first number is the running back, second number tight ends. So then you got 5 linemen, you got 1 quarterback, so that's 6, right? And if you got 1 tight end, 1 back, then we get the 8. And then you got 3 wide receivers. You got 2 tight ends. Now just reduce the number of receivers. Now you got 2 receivers. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, 1 back, 1 quarterback. All right. So let's go here. So lay in, say 11. Let's say cover 3. Ball's kind of in the strong safety will probably here. Strength of the formation will be to the tight end. Strong safety comes down, curl flat, deep third, nickel back, curl flat. We got hooks. All right. Let's cover 3, y'all. Or, let's say strong safety here. Let's say we want to roll it to the weak side. He goes play cloud and he rolls. And then this guy here will curl flat. Then we got hook. Then we got hookish, hook the curl. All right. Let's play that. Let's play this roll the coverage. Let's see if we can defend this. How did I put a running play in here? Oh, y'all, I think I messed up. I didn't put the passing play. Well, it doesn't matter. I loaded the wrong thing. All right. So let's say we roll it again here. So this corner will come up. This safety has that. This safety there. This safety there. Curl flat. Hook. All right. Let's see what we can do. See, y'all, boy, if we roll it here, see, if they read and cover 3 and they try to run that flat route, this corner's rolled up, ball game. Let's see what the route is. I'm gonna draw this up on the whiteboard because this kind of confused me with their coverage. They run seam out, seam. Oh, they run wheel routes. Seam out, wheel routes. All right, good one. All right, y'all. If there is a wheel route, the person who has the flats has to carry the wheel route. So they went seam, out and up. Not really a wheel route, I guess. Seam, out and up. So I'm playing, and if I'm playing cloud, and I roll the flats, I got to roll with him underneath that. All right. He's coming. This guy needs to stay under that a little bit. He's got curl the flat. He can help with that run underneath that seam route. He's got to play the hook. Corners got to get, once they see here, they got to get in between 1 and 2. Safety, got to get in between 1 and 2. And that's how you run it. But you just stop that. If they ran a flat route, you just stopped it. I loaded the wrong film, y'all. I got pass and run, I guess. So let's see what they ran. They ran man. No, they ran a cover 3. Oh, this is good. They ran a little bit of cover 3 concept. See how he's getting in between 1 and 2? Trying to take care of that here. Safety's really deep. This guy rolls. He did well. This guy don't look like he's doing his job as well as this guy. See, because that's a hole shot. See, he missed that one. You get what I'm saying? This guy does a good job. This guy's covering grass. Look at it. Why does this guy, this is a perfect example, y'all, of players, right? Playmakers, players who take coaching well. Why does this guy cover the out and up and this guy doesn't? Riddle me that. This is good. Now the quarterback's got to elevate it, giving him enough time to come over. This guy is really open. Right? Really think about it. Because he doesn't carry the out and up. This guy on the bottom does. Makes it a hard, see this is beautiful. All you want to do is play underneath it, make him elevate it. It gives him time to get up. Now you got to drop a teardrop. You got to drop a raindrop to make that pass. Good defense. No adjustment in trips. All right. So think about this shit, man. Think about this shit. This is good. This is 3rd and it's almost what we had. It is 3rd and looks like 19. Do y'all think it's 3rd and 19? Boy, y'all quiet today. 3rd and 19, right? He has deep third. In essence, I'm not sure this covers, but he has deep third. He has deep third. Look how deep these underneath coverage guys are. Right? Just remember our play. We had a guy hugged up on a guy 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. This is your underneath coverage. Where can he throw but right here, or right here? He can't throw the clear routes. Right? Throw it, come up and make a hit. Dude, it's 4th and 6 now. That's all you got to do. Any advantage of cover 3 when offense and bunch set versus... Oh, any advantage of cover 3 in a bunch set. I would typically say no, because using a bunch set, what they're trying to do is to condense the formation to give them more room on the perimeter. So you're probably going to get an out route. And so now the offense just has generated just more space. That's obviously just more space, because if these guys are here and here and here, Look how much space they just created. And this strong safety, you can't play two guys outside, then they're going to run right here. So you got to have a strong safety in tight. Your corner's going to get a little tighter. But we don't have anybody in the flats. Right? If they clear out and go flat, they got you. He just created more distance for this safety trying to get the curl flat. No, I don't think in bunch. I don't think it would work. And trips. And trips. Cover 3 is probably better in trips. Maybe. I'm trying to think about it, Steven. Cover 3 and trips. And trips, you're not going to have in trips. You're not going to have all 3 of these guys run vertical. But they're just two of us can guard one. One of us can guard 2. So in trips, the only bad thing in trips, man, you giving up that flat route. And in trips, they probably gonna run some type of flood. Probably. 4 versus always a problem. 4 versus, see, in trips it wouldn't be because they in the same. Someone's got to cross the face, right? I think it's easier to see as safeties and corners. He rolls here. Someone's got to come across his face to create separation. I don't think it's a problem. The problem with trips to me in cover 2, because in cover 2, the safety's got to get to number 3, right? If number 3 goes vertical, if y'all remember last week, if you're in cover 2, these 2 guys are only responsible for these 2 guys. That's the way I coach it. These 2 guys are responsible for those 2 guys. All right? So now if they run anything here, he's got to travel over there and cover 2. So they can go here, and now he's potentially have a problem. Potentially. Not necessarily, it's potential. And cover 3, not so much. Because he just rolled into deep thirds. This corner is in deep thirds. He just got to get in between 1 and 2. If you play it like that. If you play it where the corner is outside, now you stretching his free safety. Yes, that's a problem. But he should be in between 1 and 2. He can rotate it here. It's not that bad. See, if they are keeping him in, I'm calling passing strength here. So I'm gonna roll him down, roll him back, and I'm playing thirds like this. If he's going to block, if they run 11 personnel and that tight end is max pro, that's how I'm gonna roll. So now, as I said, if I roll like that, now I can play him man to man. There's nobody else in my zone if he's going to set and block, right? So this little route is stop. So we're in cover 3. He rolls. Let's see what route they run. See, in cover 3, this pass will be open. This pass will be Ixnay. Oh, I can't believe he missed that. Ugh. All right, these are run plays. Let's get to a passing play. Here's, oh, you know what, y'all? This is good, man. Oh, where I go? We didn't see that, did we? Doesn't matter. All right, y'all. I want y'all, we're going to play this game real quick. We can play the game of can you see run or pass from the action of the alignment since I got all the plays, right? We're going to run cover 3. We're going to roll here, 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 all right? Let's watch the lineman. You tell me it's run or pass from start. I'm going to go slow motion. That looks like a run, y'all. Right? Looks like a run. They're firing off. Looks like a run to me. It's a run. So this is another thing y'all can do. These are the stuff I do when I watch. And I don't watch with people, man. I usually watch football by myself. It's a game within the game. Who can say if it's run or pass? Right? So we're gonna run trips. We're gonna corner, curl flat. Right there. Let's see us run or pass. That looks like run again. The other lineman fire off. The other pull. It's a quarterback pull run. Still a run. Lineman firing off, low hats, that's a run. It's a run. Quarterback run again. These are still the things. Look like a run again. Lineman firing off. Easy to read, y'all, if you have discipline in your eyes. Now, you saw those, 3 or 4 plays. Let's see what they run now. Look at the difference. Now, I can't tell with this because the center goes down the field. It looks like a run to me, and only because of this guy. Now, in college, you can get 3 yards down the field as a lineman. In the NFL, you only get 1. It looks like a run, though. That one's a little harder because 77 is the only one that really came high hat. This guy, low hat. This guy kind of have a high hat. He has almost a set. See that? That's not as aggressive as the other 2 plays. That's a hard one, except when you see 77. So the goal as a safety and corner is to read the uncovered lineman. So all these guys are covered, so it's gonna be hard. But let's see run or pass. Obvious pass. Can you see the difference? I ain't even have to. It's pass. Look at his set. Look at their heads come up. This is an obvious pass. Now, this is a bunch. So, I'm going to call this my strong side. He got third, curl flat, middle, deep. Right? This obvious pass. Look at the lineman. So, now they got this out route, y'all. But really not, because the corner, I read him sit. Plus, it's third and 3. We wouldn't call cover 3 in this situation, but we did. When he sits, I'm man to man, all over the board. Good play. That's a flat buzz. That's a great defensive call. Now let's see what Washington does. Run pass. Watch the offensive lineman, y'all. So look. So on this, right, when you have a 4-3, the center's uncovered, you read him. So this is a, geez. Is he head up? That's like a 2 and a 3. That's a run. I think it's a run. Look at the center fire off. It's a run. See? These are the things, and this is not guessing. I'm looking at the path of the lineman. The center went downfield real quick. That's a run. Now it's empty. Let's going to be quarterback draws. 9 out of 10 going to be pass. So we're going to call. Oh, shoot. Where were we? I lost where we were, y'all. Is it here? So I'm going to call strength. Even though we're in the boundary, we got 3 into the boundary, I'm calling strength into the field. We're going to drop here, here, here. Curl flat, hook. Where's my linebacker? Oh. Yeah, curl flat, hook. Curl flat. No, he's hooked because he's coming down. See what route they run, y'all. Obvious pass, see this pass sets? This guy would be butt naked open. He just threw the, yeah, that's fine. Couple more plays, y'all, and then we're going to call it night, unless anybody got questions. Obviously, it's a run because I just saw it early, so I couldn't read the offensive lineman. Let's go through this series. Trips up top. You're definitely going to call strength here. You probably wouldn't call cover 3. You might check out of it. So they go to quads up top. Screen looks like. Oh, the tight end screen. That tight end screen is hard, man. When you get a tight end like these leak routes that they run, any coverage that benefits more interception chance. No, Steven, not really. You can get an interception on any coverage as long as you got good eyes. Zone coverage, the benefit of it is all eyes on the quarterback. And if you got good eyes, you're going to get picks. I promise you. I'm not going to say I was a horrible athlete, but I would say this. In all my 4 years of playing college football at University of Kentucky, all these scholarship corners, I was probably the least athletic. Like, there was guys faster than me. There was guys, Stephen Hall had a 40+ inch vertical. Yeah. I don't think I was definitely not the most athletic, not even freaking close. I was never in the team picture for top 3 athletic. No. But my eyes were really good. I would say, now I can say, 27 years later, that I had great eyes. I had elite level eyes. Now that I've realized everybody else, I had elite level eyes. And the other thing, I trusted my eyes. So if I saw something, I didn't hesitate. So I don't think so. They always ask about more. Yeah, man. If you playing zone, look, I will say this as a quarterback. if your ass play man, I feel like I'm accurate enough to beat your man. Your man coming unless you are. I'm going to throw the ball where you can't catch it. If you play man. If you play man, I'm going to throw the ball where only my guy can catch it. And I know you playing that straight man. I'm not throwing a pick in straight man. Now, I know you got pass rush and all that stuff. Let's just say we playing 7-on-7. You ain't getting a pick from me on man. You ain't. In zone, you can trap me into getting a pick. I might read that something at cover 4, and I might read that, whatever. I think it's something you run into something else, and I don't see the other guy from the backside. Oh, it's like taking candy from a baby. But you gotta have great eyes, and that's across the board. That's linebackers, that's safeties and corners. Because I see when a quarterback hand comes off the front of the ball. So I can break. And if you play it right, you know I've said this, if you're here and you run a 10-yard out route, you know right now, if I'm 1/3 of the distance away from the ball, let's say it's a 21-yarder, so if I'm 7 yards away, I should be able to pick that ball off or at least knock it down. So in your head, you ain't gonna never be perfect. You know I got 7 yards to play with. I got 7 yards to play with. I gotta be close enough to him. I don't have to be hugged up to him. I just gotta be close enough to him. And that breeds confidence. But those are the kind of things, look, I said this so many times. Those are the kind of things I didn't practice, man. I played around with where I could be when the scout team's running their routes. Can I do it? Can I play a little bit further than 1/3 because the quarterback arm isn't as good? And maybe help my safety on a seam route. Maybe. Test it out. Go through trial and error. Like I said many times, I line up at 9. I didn't line up at 9 all the time, but I knew at 9 into the field, I can play. Yeah, you really couldn't play 9 into the boundary. But I can play 9 into the field and be comfortable. Even a 5-yard route, I'm coming up and wreaking havoc. So, no, there's no coverage. All this about good eyes. Good. Not only good eyes, you have to be trusting of your eyes and get that indication of quarterback front hand come off the ball and coming with vengeance and not half-assing it. Trusting that when that hand come off the ball, he's throwing it. Now, if the quarterback both hands on the ball and he pump fakes, that's not a throw. They teach quarterbacks the pump fake not to go like like Joe Namath route where they take the front hand off and they pump it because now they got defensive linemen who's stripping the ball and you might not get that ball back. So they teach quarterback now to pump with both hands. Both hands on the ball, you don't break on a double move. If you're watching the quarterback. Now, if you're in man-to-man, that's a totally different story. But if you're in zone, you don't break on that. It takes discipline. It takes discipline, focus, and understanding. And being able to minimize the route concepts that they can attack you with. And that's through film study. Who invented the 4-3? One bit of true. Who invented 4-3 player coaches? I have no idea, Steven. Give it to me. Player coach for the Giants. I don't know the player coach. Give it to me, Steven. I don't know. When Steven give me this answer, Tom Landry. Wow, good one. Did not know that. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Hopefully you get to understand that in cover 3 and they run an out route, it's not the corner's fault, and it's not because he saw. It's because that's not his responsibility. And if you know, if you got a corner backside on cover 3, there's nobody else going out, or the tight end blocks, that corner can play man-to-man on that backside. I don't know if coaches want to teach it that way, in essence, but that's how I teach it. If there's nobody else threatening your zone, you can play it like man until a team start running over routes. Then we will adjust and say, hey, you can't play man-to-man backside because they're gonna run that curl and they got an over route coming. But usually when they run an over route, that receiver on your side usually goes across the field to try to get you to follow. So that typically doesn't happen. So, for example, this is it. Oh, I could have done this. Could have done like that. Let's just say you this corner. They're gonna run an over route, and what they're gonna do is bring him across, and then bring probably this guy all the way over. They're not gonna hitch him up and then bring a guy over. They're gonna bring this guy deep enough to grab your attention, so then you start squeezing. Then they just hoping they can get a guy as you squeezing. Oh wow, didn't know you could do that. As you're squeezing as a corner, they bring a guy right behind you. So you can play that guy like man until some shit happens. Then we gotta say, hey, backside corner. Even though you don't have anybody else to your side, you're gonna have to trust that linebacker to get to that curl flat. So that's game plan. You can game plan so much. Like in NFL, you can play man and cover 3. These corners come up and play man and press. You can play here and that's like one high. But there's so many variations, y'all. I just gave y'all the umbrella of it. And we'll meet next week on Friday. And we'll go over the best coverage, in my opinion, in the dictionary or in the playbook of defense. Cover 4 is that one. I mean, you can play cover 4 man, you can play cover 4 match, you can play so many versions of cover 4 that I think it's the cat's meow. So hope y'all have a good rest of y'all night. Have a good weekend. And I will see y'all next Friday. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Bring a friend next time. Do all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all.